Welcome to VDG Sports. I'm your host, Vince Douglas Gregory. Hey, I don't like doing this, and I hate that it comes to this, but the Bears, the Chicago Bears, I'm at the point now. I'm past the broken phase. I'm past the broken phase. I am in the phase of, I'm gonna go out. I'm going out swinging. If I'm gonna go out and if I'm gonna leave, I'm going out swinging. Meaning, hey, seriously, if you keep Ryan Pace, if you just get rid of Matt Nagy and you keep Ryan Pace, and you think that is going to turn this operation around, that is going to turn things in the right direction, that is going to fix everything, all of the problems, most of the problems that Ryan Pace created himself. So yes, he created them. Yeah, he's the man to fix them. He's the man to fix the problems that he create. Or he'll create more problems. Haven't you heard I think it's something that people say when you're in a ditch and you're digging, stop digging. Keeping Ryan Pace is like you're continuously digging, but I wouldn't expect anything different from a poorly ran organization. And I mean, it's a complete embarrassment. And far from what it used to be, and that was well before I was alive and born. So I'm just looking at old black and white film. I'm just looking at it from a historical reference, a historical point of view, because the one time in my lifetime where they were decent, or when they did actually win a Super Bowl, that was many decades ago. I barely remember it. I barely recall, but I was around. But what about these kids and Bears fans now? I completely feel utterly, truly sorry for them. They're not going to even get that. The best they got was a playoff win if they were alive in the 2000s. And if they came afterwards, that's about it. Or not even that. Get to the playoffs in a double doink. And the only thing that keeps me from saying this franchise is the absolute worst. There are other franchises that are just as bad. And I think the NFL probably needs to set up some kind of supportorium, if that's a word. But at this point, I don't care if I make up words, because obviously Ryan Pace can make up words like collaboration, or he doesn't know what it means when he talks. And I'm pretty sure he doesn't like to talk. The evidence suggests this is so. And having football people, or having people that know how an operation should run and how an operation should look, I thought that would be step one into being competent, step one into actually caring enough. But hey, and for one of the oldest franchises, if not the oldest franchise, one of the franchises that considered the inventor of football, or the reason that football caught on, became popular, for it to take this tumble and for it to be down this long, at some point somebody somewhere needs to understand and know that you can't continue to have a leader that can't lead people out of a wet paper bag. You can't have people at the top that don't know what they're doing. And that's me saying it the nicest way possible. And I try to stay nice and try to keep it professional and try to at least be honest, a truth teller. There aren't too many truth tellers in that building. I am completely sure of that. If they can look at these past 7 years, 5 years, 3 years, or we can even go further than that, 20, and they can look at and see what's been out there for any time frame and say that that's good enough and that's okay, that's acceptable, that clearly lets me know that the people in charge and the people that make the big decisions don't know what they're doing, don't care, and they're both are equally bad. They're both are equally bad. And where do we go from here, Bears fans? Where do we go from here? It's not like you're just gonna give up and start supporting another team. That's not how this works. It's not like you're going to root for complete and utter chaos. That's still not possible. That's like wishing upon a star. That's like hoping that this team, under this current setup and this current structure that's antiquated, actually do something and get something right. Maybe, possibly, extremely doubtful. Extremely doubtful. And that's why I say Matt Nagy will be the fall guy. And at every position or at every organization, you have a fall guy. And that will be somebody's fall guy, who I'm just not going to even name anymore, because it just doesn't sit right with if he, the coach, is the only one that goes from this mess that was created by the person actually putting. The coach can only attempt to bake the pies. The GM is the one who get the ingredients. The GM is the one who get the ingredients, and the person over him, the president, is the one who tells the GM where to go buy the products, gives him the money to buy the products. So if the person that's given the money to buy the products, to buy the ingredients, doesn't know what store that's the proper and right store to go to get the right ingredients, then the person that's going to get the ingredients, they can go any and everywhere to buy the ingredients, and it doesn't matter, because the person that's giving them the money or the person that's providing all of this money isn't knowledgeable or doesn't know, and the person that's buying the ingredients doesn't know what they're buying, or doesn't have a clue of how it's going to turn out, or just making non-educated guesses about it, and then you give it to the coach to bake the cake. You give it to the coach for the end product, but there's so many mismatched ingredients, there's so many different products, where it doesn't matter if he was competent or not. The ingredients are so bad and so polar opposite and so just nonsensical. There's no way even on his good day to be able to make that cake, or to make that fruit, or to make something that even looks like what it's supposed to look like. And that's not to mention that if he is the one who's supposed to make or bake the cake and doesn't really know how to make or bake it as well, so he gets creative and he starts taking the ingredients and start putting it everywhere. It doesn't even use some ingredients, but it doesn't matter if he used some ingredients or not, because it doesn't work, period. It doesn't work, period.